Hello. Welcome to the Broke But Not Broken podcast. This is episode G. And technically, I could say that I haven't made a podcast since last year. How long has it been now? I have not made a podcast since November. So it's about 2 months now. Last time was pretty much a filler episode. But a lot has gone on since then. But I'm still thinking about playing catch-up episodes right now. But I think I will just brute force my way through things I gotta talk about. All right. First things first, let's talk about a couple of things that I bought for myself a while back, though. It's a little bit outdated. So I've always been trying to buy the cheapest microphone I could buy on Amazon because I believed, I still believe, but I gave up on the fact that a good microphone exists out there that's like $20-$30. I still believe that, but I've had unsuccessful attempts with finding such a microphone. Anyways, one of my friends, he bought the HyperX Quadcast, and I thought it sounded really good. And I was like, you know what? I'll just do it. I'll buy that one expensive mic, the Buy It for Life microphone. So I bought the HyperX Quadcast, and I like it. But then I also came to a huge conclusion. The microphone only does so much. It really is also how I dictate my voice. And I learned that by, I'm using a powerful microphone, but I still don't sound like $1 million. But yeah, it's because I need to learn to dictate myself properly. But yeah, that's what this podcast is for. That's what practice is for. So that's the goal going forward. Now I don't have to worry about getting a new microphone. I just need to worry about using it the way it's meant to. I also got a new phone, and again, this is like a couple months back. I'm playing catch up right now. The Google Pixel 5a. The reason why I got this phone is for two reasons. I believe right now the only thing that matters in a phone these days is the difference between the cameras, and the Pixels always had one of the best cameras. That aside from iPhone and Samsung, but I'm still in the Android game, and also the Pixel 5a was the best phone with a camera and that was a good budget, and also had a headphone jack. Do I use the headphone jack? Sometimes I actually do. Pretty often I do, actually, especially at night when I'm just listening to my music on my phone. Yeah, the headphone jack is no longer a thing, but I want to keep it for now. So yeah, Pixel 5a. It's been a while since I had like a relatively up to date phone. I've always been like a couple years behind. Not that it really matters these days, honestly. You can use a phone from a few years ago and it'd be perfectly good. People don't think that way though, which is a little silly, but let them do themselves, right? Let them do. And then one more thing I bought, not really tech related, but I bought something called a Morrison Bone Prop. Morrison Bone Prop. It is a tool that you put between your teeth, and then you close your teeth, not too tight. Think of it no different than putting a pen between your teeth, and then you use it to just speak through, and it helps you to stretch out your muscles for talking. I could have just used a pen, sure, but I thought the tool wasn't too pricey, and it's actually an official product that people use in like acting and stuff. Like it comes with a little. It's called the bone prop because it's shaped like a little bone, and you wear it around your neck like a necklace, and then you can just like lift it up and put it between your teeth like a whistle. Same gesture, and then you can practice just talking normally, which I'm not wearing right now. I was thinking about doing a podcast with that in my mouth, maybe in the next episode. or just practicing a couple of vocal exercises. All right, so those are things I bought. So just a quick catch up. Uh, let's talk a little bit about anime. I finished a couple animes since my last podcast, but a lot of it is probably out of my head in terms of how I felt about them. The first one I finished, I think I talked about it a little bit actually, is Shirobako. This is an anime about a group of friends who are in like the anime industry, so it's a bit like a documentary type anime, but not really. Like it's about the anime industry. Like I'm so bad at explaining things because I also don't want to spoil. It's like I always overthink everything. Let me see if I can just pull from the description itself. Yeah, they work in the anime industry, and the anime goes. What's cool about this anime is that it's not just like using the anime industry as like a medium, just like show the anime, but it's actually it's really about the anime industry. So it's like the characters are all working on anime. It's characters who are managers, writers, artists. It's literally an anime about creating anime, and it's I believe it's relative. I mean, it's still a little exaggerated because it's an anime, but it's pretty much the, the process that takes place. Uh, I thought it was only one season animated. I watched it all. Two arcs. I think the second arc picked up a little bit better than the first arc. But overall, I would only recommend this anime if you are interested in seeing how the anime process works or like really fascinated by it. Besides that, I thought it was just a very okay slice of life, and I would suggest other animes over this one. The next anime I finished is My Hero Academia, season 5. Um, and yeah, just if you know My Hero Academia, just a classic shonen action anime. I actually don't remember anything that happens in this anime or the season. But yeah, it's My Hero Academia is always a solid watch. I'm still gonna watch season 6 and going forward. Um, and then I also finished. Okay. Let's. I finished an anime called Sympho Gear. Yeah, Sympho Gear. Um, I had it on my plan to watch list, and I believe I added this a while back. And I haven't. I've been ignoring my plan to watch list for a while because I've been kind of watching the current stuff. So basically, this is an anime. It's a fighting anime about. It's like uh, Evangelion meets how to describe it? Gundam? Is that what I want to describe it as? Evangelion meets Gundam. No, I had a better description, but I can't remember. Anyways, it's about a world where these monsters are constantly attacking the city, and a group of girls are the only ones who can uh, fight them, and they fight them by using the power of singing, basically, right? When they sing, they transform into a like a fighting machine, right? And there's only like yeah, and they fight the hordes of enemies called the Noise, and the songs that they use are called the Sympho Gears. They're ancient weapons, and basically, yeah, while they're fighting in the anime, they're like singing too, because behind the scenes they're either vocal students or they're pop stars as their like human identity or like their casual identity, and I thought it was fun. It wasn't like amazing, in my opinion. Would I watch season 2? I just might, only because the characters stay the same. If the characters changed, I probably would not watch it. However, the main character is probably the least interesting, but that kind of usually how it goes with these stories. Anyways, I'm rambling now. Let me see. Yeah. Oh, I mean, it sounds pretty lighthearted, like singing and fighting enemies, but it actually gets kind of dark. Hence why I'm comparing it to Evangelion. Um, if the Symphogears want, they can use their move called I forgot what it's called, but it's called like the last song, right? And it basically means like they kill themselves to defeat like many enemies at once or a very powerful enemy, and that's like it's pretty intense to be honest. Uh, yeah, it's not that lighthearted as it might come off to be. Um, and then finally, I finally watched Demon Slayer. Everybody knows Demon Slayer is like the most popular anime these days. I like to call it the BTS of anime. If you don't know, BTS is probably the most popular K-pop group of all time. But anyways, um, yeah, Demon Slayer. I've been holding back on it for a long time, simply because everyone's always shoving it in my face. Like Demon Slayer is the best, Demon Slayer is the greatest, and I'm like, okay, and I have to say, like, I never did not believe them. I I assumed Demon Slayer was great because Demon Slayer is a Shonen Jump adaptation. Usually, all of those tend to be at the very least good. Um, it's just that I have a thing with Demon Slayer. I'll go into mm, let me quick rant about why I don't like the way new anime is talked about. Um, Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, and lots of other new anime. They're always discussed like, "Wow, the animation is great," right? And I'm like, it's way better than the stuff in the past. But I'm like, that only makes sense, right? As we go further to the future, animation and art is gonna get better, right? Because we have more technology and stuff like that. But like, I mean, like, I don't care about the animation. I expect it to be good, um, or like I expect it to be like, you know, not bad, or like good enough that I can like enjoy the story. But then the key word there is a story. I want to talk. I want to hear about the story. No one ever talked about the story, or not as much of the animation, right? It's nice that the animation is good, but it shouldn't be the main discussion factor when you're trying to pitch a show to other people. That's just my opinion. Um, and but also I'm a little bit picky about that, or anti-picky about that, because I actually don't care about the animation at all. I've watched anime with very weird, obscure animation, or even like bad animation, and I still enjoyed it because I like the story. Um, yes, I guess I'm not. I guess some people really do care about animation or even like graphics and stuff. But I'm the type of person to put a game on low graphics even if I can handle them. Anyways, let's talk about good things about Demon Slayer. I really liked it. It was really good. Um, the main character is actually very likable. Name's Tanjiro. Um, I'm a big fanboy of Tanjiro, you could say. Anyway, like yeah, it's really good. Season 2 is already airing. I think it's still airing at the moment. Let me just double check that. Demon Slayer season 2. Yeah, it's still airing. It's on episode 9. Um, as of recording this. Yeah. I'm very excited to watch Demon Slayer season 2. But I will probably wait for it to finish. And also, there is a movie for Demon Slayer, which I also heard is really good. I'm not sure if I will watch that. It depends because I heard that season 2 covers the movie, so I'm not sure if I want to be redundant or watch the movie and skip the first few episodes of season 2, or just watch season 2 and skip the movie. I'm still deciding on that. But regardless, I'm gonna wait for season 2 to finish. Yeah, Demon Slayer is actually out of all the anime just listed, Demon Slayer is number one recommend. Out of all those, not number one recommend totally, but just out of all those. Um, what else? Let's see. November, Thanksgiving, nothing important there for me. Um, I finished my semester. Um, college is past fall. Right now it's January. Um, and Yeah, I I've been on a hot streak in terms of, school. I think I kinda figured it out finally. I like, in terms of how to get good grades in school, and it might sound very silly, but all you have to do is just follow your teacher's instructions, like, whatever they give you, just do it, and if you don't understand, you ask them. If they want a paper about this, just write literally what they want and don't, like, overthink it. It's hard for me to do that sometimes, especially in free form assignments, but if you do exactly what they want and on time is also important. You need to hand it in on time, or if you make sure you ask for extension before. If you do everything they tell you to do, um, you should be good. But this also mainly applies to non math and sciences, because in math and sciences you have to get the answer correct too. But most of my classes are writing based, so it's more like just do it type of question. Um, but I will start a couple of math courses too, and usually you should really abuse the office hours because they're the ones making the test, so they can hand you the answers literally, or not literally. Um, yeah. But actually, on my hot streak of A's, I had a 4.0 GPA. Not bragging, because again, I find at least my curriculum relatively not intensive. Um, but this past fall, I got my first non-letter A, and like it kind of stung. If I wasn't getting all A's before, I probably wouldn't care. But like it's like not as there's a single letter grade that's just like sticking out like a sore thumb. Oh, and then I will. Okay, so next time I'll talk about Christmas or New Year's, if there's anything to talk about. Actually, let me make some notes. I need some notes. I gotta talk about this and this. Or I'll say, next time I'll talk about Always Sunny in Philadelphia, a sitcom, Curb Your Enthusiasm, also a sitcom, Futurama, sitcom comedy. Well, not a sitcom, more like a comedy. And Atlanta, dramedy, comma, and anything else along the way. I will end this podcast by talking about the movie Drive My Car, which I believe I talked about a little bit. I talked about going to watch in the last episode. So Drive My Car is an adaptation of a short story by Haruki Murakami, one of my favorite authors. Although, to be fair, I don't have that many favorite authors because I don't read as much as I would like to. Um, uh, yeah, it's a really good movie. It's 3 hours long, but it doesn't feel like it drags at all. I would highly recommend everyone see this movie, Drive My Car. Um, it's a film. I don't even know how to describe it. It's a drama, um, and it uses basically it's about a guy and something tragic happens in his life, kind of unexpectedly, and right from there, he has to go do a bunch of other things, and he we just kind of follow him through his mindset. And at the same time, this guy is an actor, so it's also using the plays that they're performing as like a medium through which to depict his feelings. And yeah, it's like one of those stories where like it's kind of open ended, but that's kind of like a lot of Haruki Murakami's books. Um, but yeah, I think it's a really good movie. Probably maybe in the top 5 movies of this year. Actually, you know what? I watched a lot of movies this year, but I feel like not enough to really have a top 10. Even I'm hesitating to make a top 5 list, but I would like to make a top 5 movies I watched this year. Real quickly, let's see here. Give me a second. Let's see here. It's a good thing I created a list. They're not movies that came out this year per se, just movies that I watched this year. Oh, Dune. That was a terrible movie. Um, okay. So top five in no specific order. Uh, Tom Hanks's Captain Phillips. That came out in 2013. The Green Knight. That came out this year, 2021. Catch Me If You Can came out 2002. Blue Bayou, 2021, the last year, and Drive My Car, also which I just spoke about a few minutes ago. And honorable mention to Wheel of Fortune and Fantasy. This is a collection of three short films. So I think it, it's okay if it doesn't take the top five seats. Yeah, those five, six movies, I recommend to watch to anybody listening. And yeah, I think I hit the time that I wanted. I think I rambled a bit too much this episode, but again, I'm trying to really get back in the groove of it. I have a couple things to say over the next few podcast episodes, and I'm just trying to get another one out just to start the momentum again. Yeah. So thanks for listening, and have a good day.